What's up, guys? Raziel here, and this is going to be another one of my infamous or famous, whichever way you look at it, talking head videos, although I'll just put some eye candy in the background, excuse me, and you can watch, well, rather listen to this discussion that I wanted to have with Shadowlands being in a place where it got delayed because of balance, and a lot of people bitching about balance in general in retail right now. Obviously, there's discussions about balance in Classic, and discussions about balance in other MMOs like Final Fantasy XIV, Elder Scrolls Online. Balance is something that's never really gone out of the discussion. So I wanted to talk about this bitch. So open your ears, listen the fuck up, and when it's over, leave your comments down below. But let's get started.
I am Raziel.
All right, boys and girls, ladies and gents, all you motherfuckers out there. This is going to be another one of my videos, as I said in the intro, where I just want to talk about game balance, especially since it's what's holding the World of Warcraft expansion Shadowlands back at this current moment in time. And I thought this would be a good discussion to have, considering how many people are talking about it, how many people have always been talking about this topic in the MMORPG genre, and kind of in any multiplayer game for that matter, is the term and the phrase balance. What does that mean? Balance, a lot of people equate to things being fair. There's the game playing fair, but the reality is, guys and ladies, the balance in a game like this is something that A, is not achievable. Real, true, 100% through and through balance will never ever be achievable in a game like this. And I'm going to tell you this, you know, hot take here, bitch. You don't want it to be. Yes, I know I'm sounding a lot like that J. Allen Barak right now, spitting out the whole you think you do but you don't, but the reality is in this situation you really don't. Because the second everything is perfect, 100% balanced, everything is fair, everything is 100% the same no matter what you pick. It all comes down to skill and nothing else. Well, that works great in games like first-person shooters, games like single-player games, you know? Shit, what else? A lot of games out there, but it's escaping my mind right now, but it doesn't work in an MMORPG. It just flat out doesn't. Because if everything's the same, then there's no reason to choose anything. Let me explain. If you roll a mage or a priest or a warlock or a death knight or a warrior or a rogue or whatever the fuck, and I'll even use examples from other games like Final Fantasy XIV, for example. If you main a dark knight, or you main a dancer, or you main a warrior, or you main a samurai, or you main a scholar, right? If everything performs the same as every other class in that role, there's no fucking point to playing the game at all. The reason being, that sounds like a really boring as fuck game to me, where all that matters is 100% like how good you are at pressing the buttons. But the thing is if all the classes perform the same, you know, if let's say you have a warrior and a death knight, and they both players who play that are shitty, and their numbers will always come out the same, or they both play mediocre, their numbers will come out the same, high, the same, etc. That seems really, really fucking boring to me. Now, don't get me wrong. It's very, very important for games to have a skill cap, for skill to matter. I'm not saying it shouldn't matter. There's so many things that should matter. Skill, time investment, your gear, your build in games where you make a build, and then also class balance. Now, what is realistic in terms of class balance? I mean, obviously there's a lot of games where things can get a little unfair and out of hand. For example, RTS games like StarCraft 2, Warcraft 2, there were certain strategies, certain builds that were overpowered. A lot of people consider them overpowered because they were broken and they were easier to get certain things done than other ways. But the thing is how that was beat it didn't get balanced later in a patch. No, what happened is people found counters to those strategies. People countered those things. So I think as a community, as players of the MMORPG genre, we have a habit of being too numbers driven, too destination driven as opposed to the journey. While of course no one wants to play a gimped out character, which is why balance is still important, which is why I say it's not okay just for one class to be overpowered. And I know it seems like I'm talking around in fucking circles here, and I might be, but I'm just speaking my mind. That's what this fucking channel is for. So if you're trying to gain true balance, or as in none of your choices matter, you're going to be the same as the next guy, that's not good. But true balance to me comes in where you can honestly say, let's say just mathematically 2 classes. We'll take 2 classes that are similar, for example, a DPS Death Knight and a DPS Warrior, or Final Fantasy speak, you know, a Samurai and a Monk, right? They're all DPS, these classes, these DPS classes. And let's say mathematically, no class is more than 5 to 10% better on a mathematical level than the other one. Then, if you know, for example, that Warrior by default is 5% better than Death Knight, right? For all the DPS specs, 5 to 7%, let's say, just mathematically. But that mathematical difference takes into consideration one player playing the class, both players playing the class perfectly. See, this is now where skill comes in, and this is now where you can add in gear scaling, which is why I think it's very, very important for things to be balanced close enough, just good enough to still be competitive. What you want is a perfectly competitive game, not a perfectly balanced game. Hold on a second, Rozzy. Shut the fuck up. Little cry baby back bitch. Dog is crying like a little bitch because he wants his toy, which is 5 feet in front of him, but that's too much effort to get. Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving back on. You want a perfectly competitive game, not a perfectly balanced game. That's going to be boring as fuck. And what we're seeing now with this delay in Shadowlands is the fact that this discrepancy wasn't 5 to 10%. It was 40 to 50%. Now that is not surmountable or beatable or overcomable, able to be overcome by skill or any amounts of gear, which is why I said it was smart and a good plan that they decided to pull back and delay it. Now, will they fix things? I don't know. Blizzard is notoriously bad at actually listening to feedback and paying attention to what really matters. We'll see. Again, I'm going to say it again. I support Blizzard's decision to have really pushed more permanence in terms of choice. Now, I think it's kind of went wasted on the whole Covenant system as a whole. They could have used that in a much more permanent fashion, which they then give these choices even more weight, but I digress. Again, they're still going the borrowed power route. It is what it is. Fuck it. I'm still going to play, give it a shot. And we know we have Birdie Crusade Classic coming out next year. But anyway, guys, I want to hear your thoughts and opinion on a game balance. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? I think that a game, if it was any MMO or RTS, or was perfectly balanced in terms of everything was perfectly equal, would be boring as fuck to play, and we would all lose interest insanely fast, whether we were number crunchers or just casual as fuck players. I don't think it would make any difference. The game would be boring and would suck and drag ass. But that's just my thoughts, guys. I've been kind of spitballing this in my head today, just thinking about this, so I thought I'd just put it out as a video. I know a lot of my videos more recently haven't been like my more well-edited videos where I've spent a lot more time on that. That will come. We are kind of in a lull. I was expecting Shadowlands to be out next week, so we're obviously kind of in a lull of content right now. I am starting right now to get into Final Fantasy XIV's Relic Quest, which I will have a review for coming up here soon as I finish it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for the support. Again, I am streaming 3 days a week. The first 2 days are set in stone, Monday and Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and then the other day will just be announced on my YouTube and right on my Twitch page as well, and in my Discord. If you're a member of my Discord, link to my Discord is in the description of this video and all my videos, but you can know when I'm going live and come shoot the shit and have some good discussions, debate, troll, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for the support, and as always, my friends, keep it fucking real.